Okay, so I'm really excited for Carrie to get the call tonight. She's been in network marketing for how many years? Like
8-ish.
a lot. And she's really, really good at it. She was with Stella and Dot, got to the top. She's at the top of Unique currently. And she's like laser focused and is just like really awesome and fun to listen to. And you'll see tonight with her goals, there's just nobody that's getting in her way. She was also most recently Miss DuPont Circle in the Miss DC contest or pageant. But she's a firecracker and she knows what she's doing. And most importantly, like she knows what she's doing and then she gets it done. And she has no excuses at all. She's a mom of 3. She's a wife. She's a lacrosse coach. She does everything. So there's literally no excuses in her life, and she just makes it happen. So get your notebooks ready and get ready to take a whole lot of notes because Carrie is awesome, and I'm just really, really happy that she's on our call tonight. Welcome, Carrie.
Thank you. Well, thank you for that introduction. So I'm very excited to be doing a call with you guys. I always joke with people that if I weren't doing Unique, I would be doing Beachbody because I love it and I do it every day. So I love it, what you guys do. So I want to talk a little bit about network marketing, direct sales. Can you guys hear me okay, first of all?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay. I was getting some feedback. So
I'm muting everybody.
Okay, so just talking about network marketing and direct sales. For those of you that I can see, how many of you are new at this? Raise your hands. Okay, so like new within the last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so that kind of helps me kind of gauge where I am going to go with this conversation. So this truly is one of, if not the best type of business that you can be in, financially, personally, emotionally, mentally. The things that you learn, that you will learn about yourself doing direct sales will teach you more than any job that you could have ever in your life. You know, it's so interesting to me. What I love most about direct sales is how you change as a person, you know, especially over 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and more as you grow in your business. What I think you know, if I look at how I was 7 years ago before I got involved with direct sales, and I compare that to how I am now, I was very worried all the time about what people thought. I was very insecure. You know, I just wanted everyone to like me and kind of, you know, the general gist of how people are in general, right? And compare that to now where, you know, I'm sure you guys have realized in the past year, this business is really all about how many people can you get to say no before you get someone to finally say yes. And how you react each time somebody says no. So I'm a very big like statistics type person, especially when it comes to the direct sales in general business. And one of the things that I learned very fast was that you guys have probably heard the statistic, but 1 in 10 people will say yes to whatever it is that you're asking, whether you want them to buy your program or to become a coach, whatever it is that you want them to do that you're asking, 1 out of those 10 people will say yes to it. So, you know, if you want to grow your team to have 10 people on your team, you need to ask at least 100 people. And that's kind of like off-putting to a lot of people at the beginning because you're not used to putting yourself out there. And so, you know, we always say to create your 100 who do you know list, right? So I just found, I had like this aha moment 2 days ago, and Brooke, you might have seen this on my team page. You can actually download. So you know how you can download your Facebook archive of like everything on your Facebook, your friends, your posts, your pictures. If you download your Facebook archive, in that archive that you get is your entire list of friends. And from that friends list, you can export that into Excel. And that is where I would say would be your who do you know list that you start with. Because what are we telling you to do anyways? We're telling you to write down the people that you know, whether it be your neighbors, your people you went to school with, your husband's friends, boyfriend's friends, elementary school, ex-boyfriend's wives. I have a customer. PTAs, anything and everything, that anybody that you have ever connected with or touched or whatever in some way of your life, we're telling you to write those down in a list that you're going to contact. Well, the best place to do that obviously is Facebook. So one thing I would recommend, go in, download your archive of all your Facebook friends list, export that into Excel, and create a couple columns. Now, I always joke with my team that when I'm going out to talk to people, and they give me a flat out no, whether it be that I'm asking to join my team or to buy a product, and they give me a flat out no, I always say that that's never a no. Okay. And the only way that I'm ever going to take a no from somebody is going to be unless they're dead. And if they say, hell no, I would never imagine doing that. There's no chance you'll ever get me to do that. I move them to the next month in my calendar. And I say, okay, well, I'll contact you next month. Because a no is never a no, right? Like everybody's lives change every couple months. Like I usually say about every 3 or 4 months, everyone's lives change. So although what you are offering them might not fit into their life right now, that doesn't mean that it's not something that's going to fit in their life a couple months down the road. So you never ever want to discount when someone gives you a no. You just move them to the next month to follow up with them then. And you guys are in a very cool niche of everybody has to care about their health. Like it's something obviously that every day they should be thinking about. It's not like jewelry, it's not like handbags or clothes where they can say, no, I have enough of it, I don't need more of it. It's health. People need it. And the great sell with you guys is your videos are 22 minutes long. I mean, that's the greatest thing in the world. It's so easy to do. You can fit it in at any time. So really there should be no no's that you guys are taking, because, your immediate fire back would be, look, I want to look out for you. I want to look out for your health. I want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your every day, even if that's just for 22 minutes of your day, which everyone has. I want to be able to help show you how I can fit that 22 minutes into your day. And if they still say no, say, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to follow back up with you in a month, because I guarantee in a month, I'm going to help you find that 22 minutes in your day where it's going to make you feel better about yourself. It's going to make you feel better about how, people look at you, and just your self-confidence is going to feel better. So that's just, something to think about when someone says no. It's never a no. Okay. It's a no when they're dead. And that's the only time you should take a no. And then we can so how do you mentally get to the point of, because getting no's can be hard. I mean, yes, it's kind of like a scratch on the back, when you get a no, it hurts. But I was just reading this book, which actually, before we got on this call, it's, to give you the name of it, it's a really good book. It's called You Are a Badass. And it's a phenomenal book. I would highly recommend it for all of you guys to get it. It's on Amazon. Anyway, so one part of it is asking yourself why. I know you all have heard, you have to have your why, doing a dream board. But truly knowing what it is as to why you're working your business is so important. And this was actually kind of an aha moment for me reading this was, when we get a no, like a rejection from somebody, most of the times we'll look at it on ourselves and think that it's like, we feel like we're doing something bad. And we need to train our brains to think opposite. Okay. So it's not us that's doing something bad or that's being rejected. It's something in that person's life is the reason why, they don't want it. They don't either want to take part in your team or take part in getting the program that you guys are offering. So what this book had said was, well, I had started highlighting it in the middle of a sentence. So when you're thinking of your why, basically what it was saying was when someone gives you a no and you have your why as to why you're doing this business, if it's strong enough, that no isn't going to matter at all. And it said, why are you doing this? Are you doing this? It says, are you doing it because it's going to be fun? Are you doing it because you feel like you've been called to do this, to be a coach? Do you feel like it'll change someone else's life in a positive way? Which all of you guys, yes, you should shake your head to that, because you are changing people's lives in a positive way. And you need to pay attention to what it is, why you're a coach. Why are you a coach? What is it that drove you to do what you're doing with Beachbody? And whatever reason it might be, maybe you guys joined because you wanted a discount on the programs or the Shakeology, but it becomes so much more than that, because you start to see the change that you're making in people's lives. You start to see the change in yourself. You start to see that you're getting paid in order to make these amazing changes with other people and with yourself. That's the best part of all of it, right? I mean, one of the best parts. We all like to get money. And so whatever that reason is for what you're doing this business for, it has to be something that you're so passionate about that you don't care who says no to you and why they're saying no to you, because you're so passionate about it that if they say no to you, you're just going to say, no, you don't understand. Like, I just want to shake you. I just want you to understand how amazing this is and that you have to do this with me because it's this amazing. Like, that passion is what is going to bring people to your team. It's what is going to bring people to do the programs that you're doing. This whole business is so based on people seeing what we are showing in a positive light. People are watching you. Okay. I've been doing this type of business for about 8 years now. And I have people that have literally been watching me for about 6 years that are just now coming around and saying, look, I've seen you with so many different companies. I've seen you be successful at them. I see how you've changed. And I've been watching you, and every post that you make, I read, and, I might be a little bit interested. And it's taken that long. So the important thing is, you're going to be getting the no's, but they're still going to be watching you. Everybody's watching everything that you're doing. And especially in direct sales, the biggest thing you need to tell your teams, it's a very easy business to quit. You're going to find most people are going to quit this business within the first 3 or 4 months. That's usually, I like to say there's a honeymoon period when people join direct sales, and it's usually the first 3 months. They're in this, oh my God, I just joined this company and I love it and I'm getting loved on by all these people, and here are my results that I'm getting from the videos and blah, blah, blah. And then, they say everybody has to join me, or everybody, join my team, whatever it is. And they do really well. And then it kind of goes down, right? Like the honeymoon period's over, and then like 3 or 4 months, it kind of stalls out a little bit. And they think that's it. They think, oh, that's it. I'm done. My business is done. Nothing's happening for me. And one of the best pieces of advice that I had from one of my past sponsors was to give it 365 days. And for every one of your teammates, you should tell them, please don't give up for 365 days. In your phone, in exactly 1 year from now, put on your calendar, I will not quit until that comes up on my calendar. And I will make a legitimate sacrifice every day to be consistent. This business really doesn't take more than 10 or 15 minutes a day, if that. Not for what you guys are doing for the videos, but the other aspect of it for social media, which we'll get into. So if you say your videos are 22 minutes long and then you actually work the business for like a half hour, okay, maybe 45 minutes to an hour it takes every day for someone to do this business in your guys' zone. That's not a lot of time for the amount of payback that you're getting from this business. So if you give me a consistent effort for 365 days, I promise you I will work with you and show you that you will get a return on this in 365 days. Because what you'll see, people watch you and they want to see that A, you're going to stick with the business, B, that whatever it is that you're promoting is going to work, which your videos work in 21 days, I think is the one. Yeah. That like at least 21 days, if not 2-3 months. So that the programs work, which they will. And they're going to see your passion, because passion sells in this business. That's what people are seeing. They're watching you and they're watching your excitement and they're watching how much you love this. And how excited are you when you go out with your friends and you guys are talking and, they're explaining to you like just such a beautiful moment, whether it was Christmas Day with the kids first time or whatever it was, and you feel that excitement that they're explaining and you're happy, like you get happy with them. People feed off of happiness and the positivity of it. And so that's what sells your business. It's your love for what you're doing. If you don't love what you're doing, then you're not gonna attract anybody to your team. Like, obviously, I mean, nobody's going to want to come work for something that you don't love, right? So that's the biggest thing. So 365 days, that should be your goal with everybody that's on your team. And don't let them quit before that, and explain to them, look, this business is very simple as long as you put the work into it. But I promise you, there's going to be times that you're going to want to quit. There's going to be times where you're going to get more no's than you are yeses. You're going to feel like you got 40 no's in a row, but then you quit. What if those next 4 people you talk to were your yeses and your rock stars? So it's just explaining to your teammates those types of things, having that open communication with them. Going back into the statistics portion of direct sales, which just reminded me when I said that, how many of you guys have people on your team? Raise your hand. Okay, some of you do, some of you don't. Okay, so for those of you that don't, well, I guess this could be for everybody, but remember when you are building a team, how many of you guys don't have all rock stars on your team? Right. Pretty much all of you, right? Yeah. So that's totally normal. It's totally typical. One of the best videos that I saw was Eric Worre. Have you guys all heard of him? No. Okay. If you haven't heard of him, highly, highly, highly recommend you go online to his website. It's Eric Worre. It's called GoPro. And he's very, so he comes from like the pyramid scheme type network marketing companies back in the day. But so there's a little bit of salesy like atmosphere to some of the things that he says. If you ignore that, you will get a lot out of his trainings. Anyways, there's a video which I can send to Brooke, but it's an amazing video about how to sponsor 30 people in 20 days, I think it is. And it gives very interesting numbers, which I'll tell you in a second, but I actually calculated his way of what he broke down with the numbers with my team numbers, and it was spot on, and it was just so crazy. So when you have a team, or when you're looking at building a team, and it's really, really exciting, like that's a really fun part of this business, is getting your friends and your family and other people involved. Like that's just the best part of this, because you work together, you help each other do well, and just fuel off of that passion together. So anyways, when you're building a team, and again, we're going back to that 1 in 10 numbers, okay? Out of 10 people that you have on your team, how many do you think are going to be a rock star on your team? 1. 1 person out of 10 will be a rock star. Out of those 10 people, 3 people will have joined to join and say they joined, and then they quit. They do absolutely nothing with the business at all. So 3 of those people gone, like will do nothing. We call them kidnappers. I don't know what you guys call them, but they join and they run. And then you'll have 3 people that will they'll be, you know, kind of your typical direct sales. They'll pull in some sales every now and then they disappear, and then they'll pull in some sales and then they disappear. And that's okay. We love those people because that's what direct sales is about. It's for everybody. Not everybody wants to get to the top of the company. And then you'll have 3 people that are kind of consistent. Like they are consistently pulling in your sales. They're your, you know, just the regular, you need them to fill your volume for your team. You need all of them, okay? You don't ever want to discount any of those people on your team, even the kidnappers, because those people are still, I don't know what you guys call them. You might have a special word for it, sorry. Because those people are really your brand promoters. So obviously they joined for something, whether you just did a phenomenal job talking them into it, or they wanted that one-time discount, whatever it was, but they're still either they've joined, they used the products or are using it, they're familiar with the brand, and so you know they're out there talking about it at some point when someone brings it up. And so they're important. You don't want to discount those people, but you don't want to focus on them. You want to focus on your runners, which I'm assuming all of you guys are because you're on this call tonight. So with that said, you have one rock star out of those 10 people. So I'm not very familiar with y'all's compensation plan, but I'm assuming to get kind of up in the business, you've got to have like 4 or 5 rock stars to get kind of up there. Yeah. So that's like 40 or 50 people on your team, which means, what did we talk about, you know, a couple minutes ago? How many people do you have to talk to in order to get 50 people on your team? Like 500 people, right? So those are just kind of giving you an idea of what you can, you know, how you can start motivating your team on where to go, because you'll get a lot of people that said, well, like my biggest thing that I get from people on my team is, I don't feel like my business is moving anywhere. I feel like it's stagnant. What do I do? So the first thing I go back and I say to them is, how many people, I want names of how many people you have connected with about this business in the last 2 days. And most of the time they're going to say, I haven't connected with anyone. And then I said, okay, well, when is the last time you actually sponsored somebody in this business? Well, it's been 6 months. Well, there you go. Your business is not going to grow if you are not sponsoring 3 to 4 people a month. Because what are those numbers again? 1 in 10 is a rock star. Pretty much 6 are going to be like not really doing anything. So you've got to keep sponsoring every month, 3 to 4. Well, how do I sponsor? You just go out and talk about it to everyone. See how this is like a circle? It's just a big circle. But you just got to talk about it. You got to be passionate about it. If you're not out talking about your business every single day to somebody, I don't care if you go stand in line at Target and the lady in front of you is buying a sports bra. Oh my God, are you doing that for the 21-day fix? Is that what you're buying that sports bra for? No, what? She looks at you like you're crazy. Dude, have you heard of the 21-day fix? Because it's phenomenal and you need to try it. Like, that's what you got to step out. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, it's fun. You got to have fun with it, because the chances of you actually seeing that person again is probably going to be pretty slim. But what is she going to do? She's going to go home and be like, dude, I met the craziest person in Target today. I was just simply buying a sports bra, and she starts talking about this workout program. You left an impression on her mind. Like, that's what's important. So that's the passion, because you know what? If you want to be the best in the company, and you want to, pull in the checks that are legit and that you can pull in from a direct sales company, those are the type of crazy things that you've got to do. You've got to just say, no holds barred. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make that happen. And if that means I got to be a little crazy and talk to strangers, then that's what I'm going to do. So how many of you guys are going to try that? All hands. I might even try that. And I'm not even a Beachbody coach, just to see someone's reaction on that. I think it would be hilarious.
Did you just come up with that?
I just came up with that. I think
awesome.
I might just try that. In fact, I probably would have laughed if I was out buying sports bras today, which is why it came up on my mind, but I would have laughed if someone had done that to me.
It's hilarious.
Anyway, so you've got to figure, how many Beachbody coaches are there? 15,000?
400,000.
Or 100,000? Yeah. Well, the company's growing a lot. So Okay, so 100,000 Beachbody coaches. I'm going to say maybe a third of them are actually really selling. So you say maybe 35,000. So out of those 35,000 people, it is so super important that you are the person on everyone's mind. Okay. And what I mean by that is when someone thinks of your name, when someone sees your name or someone's talking about you, you immediately want them to correlate your name with Beachbody. And when someone's talking about Beachbody, you want them to correlate that with you. And how you're going to do that. So obviously Facebook. Okay. How many of you all are on Facebook? Everybody should raise your hand. Okay, good. Okay. Facebook completely moves your business. Now there's a good way to do direct sales on Facebook and there's a bad way to do direct sales on Facebook. Now the thing about Facebook, you can totally utilize it to your advantage, because I will say I do 99% of my business on Facebook, and that's a lot, and that's huge. I mean, what other market can you have so much access to everybody? But you've got to be smart about it. So remember how we talked about there's this passion and this excitement that you are showing with what you're doing. That is called attraction marketing. And that is what it is that you are posting to your friends and family. It's the attraction marketing that's going to bring people to your team. So instead of doing one thing, which you should never, ever, ever, ever say, everybody hold your hand up. Hold your hand up and say, I promise.
I promise.
To never, ever post, join my team. Ever. That becomes salesy, okay? And you don't want to be the salesperson, because then people feel like they're being sold to, and nobody wants to feel like being sold to. If you want to feel like you're being sold to, go to the car dealership down the road. So instead, you're bringing people in using the attraction marketing. I love seeing all of your guys, the post when y'all are in planks, and, like the fun, sweaty pictures that you guys do after your workouts, your Shakeology pictures where you've got the thing and there's mountains in the background, whatever it is that you have in the background of your drinks. It's like, where's the craziest that I can post my Shakeology from wherever I'm going? That's attraction marketing. It's fun. It's having something that is that people are focusing on, and it makes them laugh. It makes them remember it. People aren't going to remember join my team or buy my product, because everybody can say that. They're going to remember the fun ways that you're branding yourself in what you're doing. Like I said, the planks, the cute, quick videos that you guys do where you've got your kids running around. Some people even pick up their babies and they're mid-lunge. They're tossing them in there, that's all part of doing the workout. Because you know what that is? That's putting your business in with your life, and it's making it relatable to probably 90% of your Facebook list. And it's showing that your business can fit in with their life. And that's what they want. They don't want something else on top of their life, because you're going to hear, no, I'm too busy. I don't have time for that. That's always my biggest, I love getting that excuse, because I'm always like, you're going to tell me that you have no time. I have 3 kids. I worked a full-time job doing 50 hours a week. I coached. I was involved in the PTA. You're going to tell me that you have no time. Go ahead and tell me what your schedule is, because I'm pretty sure I can help you find, for my business, I'm pretty sure I can help you find 20 minutes in your day to do it. So what a lot of people just need is knowing how simple the business is, right? Because it's a workout. So for you guys, it's showing them how important the health is. I will put my health aside a lot, and I shouldn't. And so I think most people do, right? Because their kids come first, homework comes first, work comes first. So if you can get with them and say, I want to show you how I can fit in this 22 minutes video with you, I promise you, you're going to love it. And if you don't love it, I'll pay you your money back. Whatever you have, I say, I will buy the product back. So if you're giving them that guarantee, because you know they're going to love it when they try it, the videos are phenomenal. It's just a matter of getting it in front of them to try it. So anyways, that's the attraction marketing of it. So it's finding a brand for yourself, whatever it is. If you want to include your kids, if you can do some cute selfies, like of you in your positions, the quick videos, it's posting those, you know, in how the algorithm goes. You don't want to consistently always post about Beachbody, right? Just like you don't want to always consistently post about your kids, but people do. So you kind of want to keep it 1 and 4. So you would post about Beachbody. You would post about life, whatever life is to you, whatever it means to you, whether it's your dogs, your kids, your husband, if you don't have either of those, or if you, you know, whatever it is. I don't know what it is you do. Something that you are passionate about outside of Beachbody. Like for me, it's mental health. I'm very passionate about mental health. And then something positive. So actually it's 1 and 5. Something positive, like a quote or a meme, something that can set someone off to be positive through the day if they read it. And then the 5th one is, shoot, it just left my head. Hold on. Oh, a question, like some interactive type thing. I don't cook. Okay. I hate cooking. It's my husband's job. You'll never find me in the kitchen. I lit our kitchen on fire when I heated up a pizza. I don't cook. So, but you know what? I always ask, give me your best recipes. Do you think I care about recipes? No, I could give a shit about recipes, but it's bringing up the algorithm of my Facebook feed because I get like 200 people that are giving me their favorite recipes, which I'm like, Kevin, here you go. Here are some great recipes that you can do. But it's bumping up my numbers on Facebook, and I'll explain that in a minute. But it's interacting with people on a level where it's just not all about business or kids. So that's really important. So another thing that is really important, again, going to the attraction marketing, is so it's being involved in other people on their Facebook pages. It's building relationships, right? Because relationships in this business is pretty much 100% of what this business is. People they're gonna do what you're saying because they trust you and they trust that you won't be selling them crap, right? Like they trust that you will have a good product that you appreciate. And so they're gonna try that because of that. So it takes time to build trust and rapport, hence the 365 days before you quit, because it takes time to build that relationship. Well, what do you do when you're building relationships? You're being interactive with people. And so on Facebook, it's the same thing. You want to take time to go to your friends and really interact on things that they're doing and they're saying on Facebook. So, you know, on your feed, if you've got 20 different friends that are posting pictures saying, my kid is the cutest kid in the world, then by golly, you are going to post on there, you have the most adorable kid in the world, to every single picture on your roll, because it's a cute kid and they're your friends and you want to support them and their kids. And so you're being interactive on their posts. You're taking the time out of your day to show, you know, appreciation and support to them, just like you are asking for them to do to you. So that's a super important thing to do on Facebook. And another thing, so algorithms, Facebook is so interesting to me. Are any of you guys in Facebook jail right now? No. Okay, that's good. So about 5 other direct sales companies, we're all in Facebook jail. It happens every 6 months or so. It sucks. You can't comment in any group pages. It's a lot of fun. But Facebook has algorithms, okay? A lot of you guys might know this, you might not. And they change up those algorithms every couple months because they know that those of us in the direct sales businesses, we catch on to what they are. And so we get under the radar and then they change it and they throw us all back in jail. It's really fun. So with the Facebook algorithms, what that means, so one, when you want someone to see something that you're going to post on your Facebook wall, the And you know how when you go on Facebook and there's just a whole bunch of people that you never see and you're like, God, they're never in my feed. I never see them, for whatever reason. If you want certain people to see that, message them before you make that post. If you send a personal message to somebody just saying, hey, just wanted to shoot you a message, see how you're doing, yada, yada, or whatever, then the next post that you do is going to come to the top of their feed. And if they interact with it, with that post, then you're going to show up in their feed more. So it's kind of playing the game with Facebook a little bit and picking who it is that you want to see your stuff. Which is also why it's important that, another thing that people do that they fail at with direct sales is that the consistency portion of it that we talk about. It's so important to be hitting every day, really posting every day about your business because, okay, so we're crazy Facebook users, right? And that's okay. But not everybody is crazy Facebook users. And so people might log in once a day. They might log in once every 2 days. They're not on 24 hours a day like we are. So when they log in, they might not be seeing your stuff because, if they've got 200 or 300 friends, they're just going through the scroll just like you are. And so they're going to miss a lot of stuff. And so that's why it's so important for you to stay consistent and continue to post every single day. And I know many of you guys know this, but it's so important for you to reiterate that to your teams because a lot of girls will say, I feel like I'm bugging people. I don't want people to get mad at me. I don't want to turn people off. Well, you're not turning people off by doing attraction marketing posts. You're just posting more, right? Like you're just getting more interaction and you're putting your face out there more. So that's just important to note because not everybody is on every day looking at what you're posting. So the Facebook algorithms as well. The Facebook algorithms are just so interesting to me. So the messaging, I told you guys that, the messaging, and then it'll pop up into their feed. Also, I was just thinking of it and I lost it again. My brain goes like this. And so it's like, where am I going to go to next? It'll come back to me. So I forgot that one. We'll go back to that. So I'm going to take a quick break. Do you guys have any questions so far on anything? I know it's kind of the general info that I've talked about, but it's good reiteration of what you all can share with your teams and your girls on your teams. Is there anything that you have questions about or things that you're finding with your business that you're not quite sure how to work around it or what to do with it that I can help with?
You guys can just unmute yourself and just ask Carrie if you have a question. A great person to pick her brain. I have something. How do you motivate people on your team?
My motivation for people on the team is really, it's really basic. So I find out first why they're doing what they're doing. And whatever their motivation is going to stem from that. And it's really important to find out, whether someone is in it just to, for you guys, if it's just to get a free discount on stuff, whether they want to make a couple $100 a month or whether they want to shoot to the top and make, 6-7 figures a year. So it's really finding out what that is. And then when you find out what that is that they want out of it, that is how you can craft what their motivation should be. Obviously, if someone wants to only make a couple $100 a month, you can't really work to motivate them, on contacting 20 people a day, sponsoring 20 people on their team to go to the top, because that's not going to be their motivation. It's going to burn them out and they're going to say, this is not what I want to do. I really just want to make a couple $100 a month. So once I find out what that is, then, you craft the plan with them. Okay, well, this is how many people that we should talk to every day. This is how we're going to find those people to talk to, whether it's networking groups that are in your area, leaving Blitz card. Do you guys know what Blitz cards are? No one? Okay, so you guys don't know. Okay, so Blitz cards, so you get a business card, right? It's like your typical business card size. A Blitz card is bigger. It's like this big maybe. It holds a little bit more information. So when people say, do you have a business card? I say, nope, but I got a Blitz card, because Blitz cards are going to be remembered a little bit more. Business cards get thrown into like a wallet and they're not looked at very much. Blitz cards are fantastic. So, it's where you can leave Blitz cards. For you guys, leave them anywhere. Anywhere there's a restaurant, a auto car shop, nail salons, doctor's offices, anywhere that has a table, you should be leaving a Blitz card, honestly. Anywhere that has a bulletin board, you should be leaving a Blitz card. Like I said, you want people to recognize your name and say, oh yeah, that Brooke girl, she does Beachbody or something with health, right? And so that's what you want people to remember what your name is for. Or when someone says, oh, who does Beachbody? Brooke does Beachbody. Yeah, I can refer you to her. It's immediately knowing that information. So anyways, it's getting them motivated enough to go out and get beyond themselves, get beyond their fear of, well, I'm going to make people mad, or, I'm going to get a no and it's going to be my fault and they're not going to talk to me again. It's helping them see that it's not about them. It's about the people that you guys are working with. You guys are changing so many people's lives. I see so many posts from Beachbody reps that are helping so many people lose weight and just getting healthy and being happy about themselves. Guys, that is the biggest thing that you can share. I mean, if all else fails, that is what you all should be screaming from the rooftops on your posts on Facebook is, dude, why? This is changing people. This is helping us be better with our life. It's helping us be able to go out and play longer with our kids, to have extra years. Like, those are the things that you get excited and passionate about to get those people on your team motivated. When they see you motivated, it will get them motivated. And if you talk with that enthusiasm, it just feeds into them, So it's letting them see that. And then once they start seeing that success, I guarantee you'll see a lot of those people that thought they only wanted a couple $100s a month. They're going to want the 6 and 7 figures a year. So what else you guys got?
I have a question. Do you ever go to your team's pages and just kind of like scroll through them and like give them tips and pointers? Like you said, some people are all about their kids or some people are all about the business. So like, how often do you do that if you do it?
Now let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes.
When you say team pages, do you mean like their VIP, like their groups of customers?
No, sorry. I meant like their personal page. So like if Brooke was to go through our personal like timeline and see like what we're posting to our general followers, do you ever do that and like look at their timelines to see how they're doing with that, or like just your leaders? Or
Oh, absolutely. And let me tell you why that's so important. So when you enter into this business, okay, Facebook kind of becomes, it's not really your personal life anymore. And let me explain what I mean by that. So you're going to find some leaders that are going to say you should only do all your business on a business page, right? And then you're going to find some people that say, well, it's good to do it on your personal page. And I'll answer your question in a second, Kristen. But I'm going to say, from my success and what I have found, I do not use a business page. I have a business page, but I will not use it. And the reason is for two. One, it's doubling your efforts that you don't need to do. And three reasons. Two, it's leaving off a huge segment of people that, men. It's leaving off men. Because your brain immediately kind of goes to the women, and you add all these women and you think that's your market. You're leaving out men. Men are huge connectors to women, and men for your business is huge because men are involved. Men join, men do the programs. And so I think we leave a lot of them off. And so your personal page, it's keeping them involved in that. And three, when you're posting on your personal page, like I mentioned before, you're showing how this business is working in with your life. Whether you work a full-time job, you have kids, you're coaching, you run the PTA, whatever, you're involved in church, your business is working in with your life, and you're showing that and that it's capable. And so that's really important for people to see, which is why I really believe in using your personal page. Now, when you do that and you make the decision to start a business like this, it is so important that you become Switzerland. And what I mean by that is that you have to be very neutral. You don't post politics. You don't post anything that you're going to lose half your audience on, right? Because if you post one thing and half your audience, feels like they don't support it, you just lost half your business. So it's very important for me to go through my team's pages because, I cuss like a sailor, but I'm not going to post that on my Facebook page because I've got a lot of churchgoers on my team that would not be privy to that, right? So you've just got to be very neutral in a lot of the way that you handle your Facebook page. So when you're looking at your team's Facebook page, it's the same way. What are they posting? Are they posting? And I even say, for the people that join the team in our trainings, I say, go back and scroll through like the last 2 weeks of your Facebook page. And what are you noticing? What if I went to your page and I didn't know you? What would I take away from your page? Are you posting lost dogs and, dogs that have been killed and, depressing stuff like once a day? Nobody's going to want to come to your page because people want to be uplifted and they want to be positive and they don't want to see sad stuff. Are you posting very, political things? Like, are you a hardcore Trump supporter? And if you are, that's fine. But you are probably losing half of your audience who support Hillary. So, it's being smart about that type of stuff. So yes, I would recommend going through your team's pages and helping them realize how important it is on what they're posting and being neutral about it.
And Carrie, one thing when we went to lunch, when I first started that you said to me was, on your Facebook page, you are a Beachbody coach, and that's it. And not like my other job, like you're not HR, you're not this. We have a lot of people that work and they post about their other job and everything. What is your opinion on that?
I think it depends. When I just quit my full-time job in September and to focus on my business. And I never really talked about my full-time job a lot. Like I guess a lot of people didn't know I had a full-time job, probably because I never talked about it. I think it just depends on the person. Like if you really truly want people to take you seriously in this business, then you're going to post what it is you want people to take you seriously about. If you want people to take you seriously about Beachbody, then you're going to put in your employment section that you are a Beachbody coach. You are going to put a website link on your About Me section. You're going to make it so when someone goes to your page, they know easily what it is that you're doing. I will tell you, if I go to somebody's page, if I'm looking for something and I go to someone's page and I cannot find that link immediately on that page, I will not shop from you. And I told you, Brooke, what was it, like 2 months ago? And I said, I'm trying to find a link because I do a lot of late night shopping. And I wanted to order one of the workout programs. And I remember trying to go to your page and I couldn't find your link anywhere. And I'm like, what the hell is your link? Where's your link? And you said, well, I don't like doing that. I like to build relationships. I like to message the person first. You would have lost me as a customer. Had I not loved you, you would have lost me as a customer because I would have said, I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. I know what I want. I just want to go to your website and I want to order it. So yes, there is a part of this that it is about building relationships, but you're also going to find a lot of people, and especially repeat customers, who might just want to go on and order another program, and they don't want to have to deal with, talking or whatever. Yes, you can follow up with them after they make that purchase. But it's very important to have that link on your website, very easy to find. And especially if they can't find it, like for you, I had to click on your business page, which then led me to your website, which is fine. It was still there, but, and at least somewhere in the scroll. So you never want to put your website link in your post, because Facebook will not show your post to the majority of your friends list if you post a link to your page in that post. Do you get what I'm saying? So instead, what you do is you make your post and then you post your link as the first comment in the comment section. So that's very important. That way they will show it to your friends. They don't think it's being salesy. It's just another part of their algorithm thing. But anyways, so that's important. But yeah, if you got to think about what you want people to take you seriously for and what you want people to know you for. You want them to know you for Beachbody, then you make your page about Beachbody. Do you want people to know you for being in HR? Then make your page about HR, but it's not like you're going to be helping people unless you're trying to build that company up. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think that's also very important because you're going to find with direct sales, you're going to find a lot of people who think it's a get-rich-quick scheme, and it's not at all because this is about building relationships. And so it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes work. So you're going to find a lot of people that do multiple direct sales companies, which I get asked a lot, how do you feel about that? I don't agree with it because if you truly work your business the way that this business is supposed to work and you're putting 100% focus into it, then you're going to get rewarded for the business that you're doing 100% in. You know, you can dabble 25% here and 25% here and be good at it, but you're not going to be great at them, at either of them, right? And because this is such a relationship type business, it kind of diminishes how people see your true passion about it, right? Like you can't say, oh my God, I'm so want this Beachbody thing to work. I love it so much. It's amazing in one post. And then the next post, oh my God, I'm so passionate about Younique. I love this business. It's the best business in the world. It's fantastic. And then expect people to take you seriously in either of those posts. It's just not going to work. So you really want to really focus on one business and not kill the passion that you want people to find from you. It's super important. That was a good question.
What else? Anybody else have a question? I think everyone's trying to find their local Target.
You know what else is really good? Hooters. Go to Hooters. Go eat at Hooters. You think I'm kidding? I go there at least once a month with my family. Dude, those girls have to wear skimpy outfits. They need a Beachbody program. Are you kidding?
True. That is true.
I have a question.
What's up?
So I'm a new coach, brand new. Only thank you. What would you say are like the top 3 things that are important to remember going through this journey? I mean, obviously you did the whole 365 days. I'm super stoked. I'm super motivated. But I'm also really scared because I'm serious about doing this and I want it to work. So I am looking for all the tips that I can get.
My number one tip would be to talk to as many people as possible. And when you think that you have talked to as many people as you can, you need to go out and talk to more. There are 358 million people in the US. If you figure a third of those are women, that's 100 million women in the US that you need to talk to. Okay? You have only 35,000 Beachbody reps that are probably actively working the business. You could not possibly hit 100 million women with 35,000 Beachbody reps. You couldn't. Your goal should be to have a piece of paper and try to knock off 100 million names. That should be your goal. And you don't quit until you hit 100 million names. And I'm being 100% honest. I'm not joking right now. Because that should be your goal. And that should be, if you truly want to make it in this business and you want to make the 6 and 7 figures in the business that it will pay you, that should be your goal, that you are going to go out and you are going to show the passion of what Beachbody can do to the 100 million people. And it's not something to scare you because that shouldn't be scary at all. That should be fun. And that should be a good challenge for you because you should want to take that challenge and say, I can make 100 million women healthy. I can make them live an extra year of their life if I can get to them and show them how good our programs are. I mean, truly, that should be your mentality, because you're helping people be healthy and live longer. And that is important. Who wouldn't want that? And if they tell you that they don't want it, tell them they're crazy. They're crazy to not want to make their life better. They're crazy to not want to be healthier. Why would you? And that's what I would say. If someone said no to me, I'd be like, why do you not want to be healthier? Tell me one reason why you don't want to be healthier. And if they can't they'll probably laugh and they'll say, but if they legit say, I want to die soon, and say, well, I'm sorry, I can't let that happen. Now you will have to do my program. Like that's how you start the conversation with them. You have fun with it, right? You add some personality into it, but it's really like, who doesn't want to be healthy? I mean, you should want to go out and say, I'm going to change 100 million women's lives. That's your goal. That would be my goal. That's my number one piece of advice. You can't stop talking about it. Number two, your sales will always be there, especially with what you guys do. You have a phenomenal program. Your sales are always going to come. Most people that get into this business, they focus on sales instead of sponsoring, and it needs to be opposite. And it needs to be opposite because the way that the commission plan works in any of these companies, you can make money on your sales, but you will make a whole lot more money on your team. And you get paid to do that, not as a pyramid scheme, but because you're truly working together as a team in helping each other do better, be better, and bring good to other people. So you're getting paid for that. And it's the best part of the business. You learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about each other, how to deal with people. So what I would say is focus on sponsoring. When you talk to somebody, every single one of you, when you talk to one other person, every other person, they're one of three things. And I know, Brooke, you and I talked about this. They're either someone who's going to buy your product, someone who's going to join your team, or someone who's going to be a connector to one of those two things. Okay. And that's the biggest thing. Because every single person, they might not think that they have a network of people, but they do. And you need to help them realize what that network of people is, right? Everybody went to high school with someone. Everybody went to elementary school with somebody. Everybody lives next to somebody, whether it's right next door or 10 miles down the road. So everybody has a certain network. So if someone says, well, either it's too saturated or I don't have a network, say, let's look at your Facebook page. Unless we had 100% of the same people in our Facebook page together, which you're never going to find someone. And if you do, you guys should be like soul sisters and move in together. But you're never going to find someone that's going to have 100% of the same friends of you. And so you say, if you have one person on Facebook that is separate from me, you have a network. You have a network that you can tap into. So let me work with you and show you how you can tap into that. So focus on sponsoring. And when you talk to someone and you say, look, our programs are amazing. Our compensation's great. Like, who doesn't want to get paid to help people be healthy? Who doesn't want to get paid to help people lose weight or to stay in shape? So why not join? Why not do this with me? We can do this together. We can help so many people together. And if they say no, then say, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Right now is not fine for you. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to get you on one of the programs because I want to keep you healthy. I want us to work together to keep you healthy. And so you always start with the sponsoring because you can always downgrade. If they don't want to join your team, then you downgrade to the sale. And then if they don't want to make the sale, then you downgrade to asking for a connection to someone they know who might need that in their life or who might want it. Because if you can't start it saying, can you connect me with one of your friends? And they say no, and you say, okay, you want to join my team. Like, it just doesn't work that way. It's not a very good flow. So that would be 2. We focus on sponsoring, not sales, because sales will always come. And so, you need to do sponsoring. So talk to as many people as you can. Sponsor. What would be my third one? I would say giving back. The more that giving back and being relaxed, I think I would say. The more that you're enjoying what you're doing and the more that you are helping other people in general, whatever that may be, whatever capacity that might be, the more you're going to get that back. I was never one of those people that believed in what you put into the universe gives back to you, but I've realized that it's so very true. And I've found that people appreciate the more relaxed you are. So, instead of like, I think we get so excited and we get so tense that we're like, oh my God, I'm so excited to start this business. You got to buy my product. You got to join my team. And it like scares people, right? So I think if you're just relaxed and you're like, dude, this is just great. Like we're working to get healthy. We're working to, do some good with our lives. And you're just relaxed about it and you just love it. People are going to appreciate that. And they're going to come to you because you're not going to be like a salesman, right? You're going to be like their friend, which you should be. And if something doesn't work or if they don't love it, then you do what you can to sacrifice that relationship and that friendship with them. If that means having to pay back their money for the program that they got and maybe they didn't love it, then you do that. And if that means taking that out of your pocket and doing it for them, then you do that, because direct sales is about customer service. And that is what's going to differentiate you from them going to Dick's or to Target or to Amazon and buying any Joe Schmo, Tony, whatever the Tybo thing that I used to do before Beachbody came out. That's what differentiates you guys from them going and just ordering it off of Amazon. So your customer service is super important. I'm going to lump customer service, being relaxed, and all that into one, into my third. That that's what separates. And you got to care more about the other people and their friendships than you do about yourself promoting. And that goes along with your team too, right? You want to care more about what your team is getting out of this, what your team is learning from doing this experience, what each person on your team, what their whys are. You should know every single person on your team. I have 10,000 people on my team, and I might not know all their faces, but I know their names because I'm every day in my back office knowing their names, what status they are, who's their upline. And that's important because you know what? They're people. They're your friends. They're the people that are helping you in this business. So no matter how big your team gets, you need to know who they are, why they're doing it, what their passion is. And that's so super important. So look at the friendship more than the business, if that makes sense. What else you got? Hi.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Kind of piggyback off of what you're talking about earlier about the personal versus business pages. So I had started a business page because I kind of wanted to keep it separate from my personal page because I was never really one to really post all the time, and it's not really like me to do that. So over the last couple of weeks, I found that I wasn't really getting the attraction from my business page, obviously, than I was from my personal page. So now I've been posting on my personal page, but does that seem like it's not like me and I'm posting all the stuff that I wouldn't normally be posting? Do you know what I'm saying?
It's not like you. And you know why it's not like you? And if someone writes you and says that, dude, did someone hijack your account and take over for Beachbody? And you say, you know what? It's not like me because I'm in something right now that I love, and I found something that I love. And just like you love your dog and your kids and you post them pictures all the time, this is part of my life now. And this is what I love. And this is what I'm going to post. And if you don't like that, then you can unfriend or unfollow me, because I want people in my life who are going to support what I love and what I do and what I'm passionate about. Whether that's my kids, whether it's my dog, whether it's my business. I can promise that I'm not going to drive you crazy with 400 posts a day, because remember the 1 in 5. But I can't promise that I'm not going to show my passion for it, because that's going to be what my passion is, and that's part of my life, and that's just what it's going to be. And you don't want the negativity. I mean, if you're afraid of those people that are saying, oh my God, who hijacked your account? You know, you can't be, because that's where you got to go back to your why. Do you, like for me, I knew my why was I wanted to quit my full-time job. I needed to make enough of a salary to equal or not double what I was making at my job that I had for 11 years. And that was my why. And I was going to do whatever was possible to be able to do that. Well, I lost a lot of friends because I posted a lot. I even had my neighbor who was like, dude, I had to unfollow you because you post all the time. And I said, you know what? I don't care. I don't care if you had to follow me. I don't care if you never talk to me again, because you're not paying my bills. You're not in my why as to me wanting to quit my job. So your negativity of telling me that I can't do this, or that you're annoyed because of what I'm posting, because of what's in my life and what my passion is, that's your loss. That's not my loss. And that's your insecurity to think that you know, like that shows on them more than it does on you, right? Like there's something that maybe they're jealous, maybe they're, you know, they're jealous of you for going after something that many people have a fear of. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like you're posting and you have this happiness, and people always second guess why people are so happy. They always think there's some, you know, connotation behind it of some sort. It's hard for people to believe that people can just be happy, like genuine happy about something. And so they get jealous about that because they're like, well, I don't have that happiness in my life. Why does she have to be so happy? Well, I'm going to unfollow her because I can't watch this happiness, you know? So just, I tell them, you know, and now he's like, how can I get my wife involved? Yeah. Right. So I'm like, see, I remember when you unfollowed me because I posted too much, and now I quit my job, and now you want your wife to join? I see how this works. You gotta give that out. Let me tell you something about your business page. Another Facebook algorithm. If someone who, you know how you do so much work to get people to like your business page, if they don't interact on your business page at least once in 2 weeks, they are unliked from your business page. So all that work you did to get them to like your business page, it will no longer go in any feed that you do anything from your business page, which is another reason why I don't do anything with my, the only time I use my business page is when I want to boost a post, which is a whole nother conversation in and of itself. But that's the only time I would ever use it. So that's another reason why I don't recommend using a business page. I don't know if that answered your question.
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
I digress very easily. So you got to kind of like pull me back onto track.
I had a question really quickly. Yeah. I just want to say thank you for the call. It's been really awesome, like really awesome. I feel like 5 to 10 of all of the best books that I've read, you have referenced at least 10 times. So it's really great. But I wanted to ask you, because you said a really good way. I know some people that we have put a question right around lunchtime, an interactive post to get more traffic to their page. And you said a really good way another way to prime a post is to message people that you want to see that post before you post it that evening. Now what do you say? Like, or is that like just a, hey girl, how are you? Or just a comment and a question? Or is that like a, hey, I have a post coming tonight? And
no. Okay. No, don't say that.
I didn't think so, but
no, yeah, it's just kind of a, hey, just want you know, maybe they just made a post about their, you know, a picture of something, and just be like, hey, I just wanted to shoot you a message. I thought that picture was just super cute. Hope you're doing well. Like something genuine, right? So something genuine about something that they've posted or whatever. But yeah, you just keep it short. You keep it simple. And that'll do enough to post it up. Yeah, don't say, hey, I'm sending you a message because I want you to see my next post and just wanted to make sure that it was going to pop up in your news feed. Yeah, don't say that.
My other question, because you were saying that you have your link, your webpage link for purchasing on your, it's on your business page, which is your like page, which
it's on your About Me section. So when you go into Facebook, you know, you have on your personal page. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, personal page. You want it very easy to find. Like if I were to go to your Facebook page right now, one, would I be able to tell that you are with Beachbody? Two, would I be able to tell what rank you are with Beachbody? Three, if I scrolled through for 2 minutes, would I find a couple posts that are related to Beachbody? And four, the most important, would I be able to quickly find your link in some way, whether it's through one of the posts that you've made or through the left side about me section, somewhere on there, I should be able to find your link to your website.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I also have I took a screenshot of my phone, my Kindle library at one point, which I'll send to Brooke if you guys want it. There's like 15 really, really good network marketing books on there that are just really good in general to learn. One, about network marketing, two, about direct sales, and three, really about yourself and how you should work as a leader with your team. Just amazing information that I would recommend any of these books. One thing that's so important about these books, these are not books that you read once and never again. Go Pro by Eric Worre, I have read probably 200 times at different points in my direct sales life. And every single time I read it, I get something new from it, no matter how many times I've read it, because you change. You change at every point of your direct sales life, like the first week, the first day, the third month, the first year, the 6th year. You change so much in this business because you learn so much about how it works and how people work and how you yourself works, that it's very interesting to see all the new things that you pick up in a book multiple times that you read it. So these are all, and I would say download them. But honestly, with something like this, I would say buy the hard copy of it, because when you go through and highlight and then you read it again, take a different color highlighter and highlight the things you find important. A lot of it will be the same things, but it's interesting to see the different things that you're catching on to that you didn't the first time or the third time. It's very cool. So I'll send Brooke that list.
Awesome. That'd be perfect. Does anybody have like one more question?
And if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to message me on Facebook at any time. If you have questions just on how to, if you're getting a response from someone that you can't figure out, your upline can't figure out, their upline can't figure out how to respond to, I'm here to help. Like I love direct sales. I love network marketing. I love to see people that are passionate and that do well at it, because I truly believe this is the most lucrative business that you can be in, not only for yourself, but financially as well. And especially with something like Beachbody, where you really are changing people's lives. I mean, it's so huge and it's so amazing that it's something that you should just totally, literally be screaming from the mountaintops that you are able to help people do that. If I saw somebody out on the street, for example, if I were a Beachbody coach, I went running today, okay? I came across probably 4 or 5 people that I passed by while I was running. Had I been a coach, obviously they're out and about walking or running, I would have stopped and I would have introduced myself and said, "Hey neighbor, just wanted to introduce myself. I see that you're working out. I just wanted to get my name out and let you know that I love working with people to help, lose weight, to help keep their healthy lifestyle. I would love to connect with you. Let's meet on Facebook. What's your name?" I would remember the name, and then I would go home and I'd connect on Facebook. Because those people are out doing healthy things anyways. They're walking, so why not? Yeah, it's a neighbor. Why not introduce yourself?
So basically you're telling us to stop being babies about talking to people and talk to everybody.
Dude, get over yourself. Go out and talk to every single person. You have got to get over your fear of what someone is going to think of you when you go up and talk to them. Who cares? Who cares what they think of you? It doesn't matter. They're probably going to think you're the craziest person in the world. Or you know what? They might even appreciate it because maybe they go home and they have nobody to talk to that is appreciative of what they're doing. You guys are appreciating that. You're appreciating the fact that they're getting out and doing something for themselves. That's huge. And you're complimenting them on that. Everybody loves a compliment. Dude, awesome job on getting out here in a beautiful weather and doing something for yourself. That should be your compliment to them. That should be your segue. And be like, you know what? I swear to God, I'm not your creepy neighbor, but I'm giving you a legit compliment. Like, that's gonna be your intro into your conversation. I'm being serious. Try it. I would love for you to try it and let me know what happens.
All right, I'll try it. I'm sitting here like wiggling in my chair, uncomfortable already, but I'll try it.
Go run. See who's out there running now. And then maybe I'd be like, are you drunk? Are you out here running because you're drunk? What's going on? That would be a different conversation.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Carrie. That was awesome. I mean, I have like probably 10 pages of notes. I think every word you said I could hang on to and listen for hours and hours and hours, but I know we have people that need to go to bed.
I could talk for hours, so my apology that this has been like...
No, this has been great, though. It's been awesome. I told you guys she was amazing, and I share some of her stuff on our team page, and I just posted her on my team page tonight, so on my timeline tonight, so if you need to find her, that's an easy way to do so. But she's great, and she knows the products, too, so if you need anything, go to her.
I do love the Beachbody products. I think I have every single video ever made.
Yeah. No, you're great. You're really, really good, and she's so helpful just with anybody. So she's here to help if anybody needs anything, or you can come to me and I can get stuff from her as well. So
true. Now I do want to say thank you all so much. You know, it says a lot of you guys to call in and especially be on this call for this long. It says a lot for you guys because you're investing that time into your business, and that is huge. And it's huge for you. It shows your commitment, and it shows that you want to do something with this business. And I promise you, if you stay consistent and you work this business, it is there to pay you in the long run. And there are going to be hard times. I'm not going to lie about that. Every single day for the first year in direct sales, every single day I wanted to quit, every day. And my sponsor said, nope, you promised me 365 days. You promised me talking to 5 people every day for 365 days. And I did not see anything until my 11th month. And then I said, you were lucky because I was 1 month out from quitting, and then I saw a return, and it was amazing. And so, you know, it's being consistent and just being passionate. If you can show that passion and that excitement and you just stay with that and you stick with it, it's going to pay you more than any corporate job will ever pay you. I promise you. It's there.
So true.
But thank you guys. Thank you all for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much, and we'll get you back on here in a couple months or so.
Sweet.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for calling in. Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you guys.